Today we'll do verbs, active and passive voice. This is chapter 8 of your English language. Children, let us try to understand what exactly is active voice. So children, a verb is said to be in active voice when the subject of the sentence performs the verb. Look at the example. The leopard chased the antelope. The subject is doing the verb. That means the leopard, which is the subject, is chasing the antelope. The subject is doing the verb. It's performing the action. Children, the active voice is the opposite of the passive voice. When the action of the verb is done to the subject, that verb is said to be in the passive voice. Look at the example. The antelope was chased by the leopard. The subject, the antelope, is not doing the verb. So, with the passive voice, the action of the verb is done to the subject. The action, what is there, the verb, is done to the subject. Remember, children, that if a verb is in the active voice, its a subject performs the action of the verb. Let's go through this example step by step. In this example, here the active verb is shaded. The example is Janet posted a letter. So step 1, find the subject, that is Janet. Step 2, you have to find the verb. So the verb is to post. Step 3, ask, did Janet perform the verb? So yes, Janet performed the verb, hence this verb is in the active voice. It is normal to express the actions in the active voice. However, we prefer to use the passive voice in some cases, which I'll read out. We do not know who has done the action. For example, my pocket was picked at the fair. We do not know who picked it. So, we use the passive voice. The cyclist was hit by a racing car. We do not know which racing car hit him. So, we will use the passive voice. The second option, the action itself is more important than knowing who causes it. India was partitioned in 1947. So, was partitioned is very important. The car was badly damaged in the accident. So, we are more interested in the action that is badly damaged rather than which car did it. Here are some important points to remember about passive voice. Intransitive verbs cannot be expressed in the passive. Children, intransitive verbs are verbs which do not take a object. Look at the example. They laughed heartily. Laughed does not have an object. Swati is going to school. Going does not have an object. So in this case, these sentences cannot be expressed in the passive voice. In the passive voice, we use the past participle form of the verb along with the appropriate form of the auxiliary be. Look at this example, children. The car is being repaired by the mechanic. This sentence is in the present continuous tense. So we are using the auxiliary is. Now, the sentence, the car was being repaired by the mechanic. Here, the sentence is in the past continuous tense. So we will use the auxiliary was. Let's remember, future continuous and perfect continuous tenses do not have passive forms. And ditransitive verbs can have two passive forms. Children, these verbs are verbs which have two objects, a direct object and an indirect object. Look at the sentence. His colleagues gave him a present. In this sentence, a present is the direct object and him is the indirect object. So, it is possible to make two passive sentences from this. He was given a present. Here we take indirect object as the subject, and the next, a present was given to him. Here we take the direct object as the subject. Children, I hope the topic is clear to you. There is a video which follows, which will give you a detailed explanation of how to convert active voice sentences into passive voice. Children, see the video, read the chapter. Just in case you have not understood anything, your teachers will explain it to you when you meet in the Zoom class next. Till then, bye. Have a nice day.